Here we are.
What's up, Lions Nation? It is us. We are Lions Nation Podcast, and we are back live on YouTube and now on Facebook as well. Joining me tonight, as always, my man, the Statman, Logan Erickson. And Mikey B couldn't join us tonight, but he will be back very soon. He just has some other things to take care of. I am the Soul Man, Andy Souls, and we are ready to go. What do you say, Logan? How was your summer? Let's catch everybody up.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Apologize for the wait, guys. We just had a lot of stuff going on. I had a lot of family trips this summer, so it's been going to Torch Lake, getting on jet skis. Just been having a blast almost every weekend. I think this upcoming weekend is the first weekend I haven't had something planned. So, me and my family have had a good time. So, how about you, Andy?
Hell yeah, man! I seen your pictures on the jet skis. That looked like fun. Made me want to get some of my own. Not too much. Hung out with the kids. I did get a boat finally, so I've been doing a lot of fishing. But I had some personal things too that I had to take care of. So kind of delayed the show a little bit, but we are definitely happy to be back. And like I
Yeah,
said,
definitely.
Mikey B will be back with us probably next episode. He just got caught up today, so we'll be happy to have him back. We're gonna jump right into the breakdown, which is in the opening segment of the show. And before we go too far, I do want to give a quick shout out to the Detroit Lions on the Prowl podcast. Those guys, they I was in one of their shows, just like we are now, and I had just said a comment to them, and they said they were looking forward to us getting back on the scene, and that kind of sparked it up and got us going, and yeah. So quick shout out to Kurt Steele and Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Jim Bordeaux, you guys are awesome. Keep up the good stuff, and we're really proud of you for what you guys have been doing.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the shout out to us, and we just wanted to give that back. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Well, I mean, we had a lot of stuff that went down. Obviously, we're not going to recap everything that everybody's already seen and heard. But Statman, let's get your just initial thoughts on, just break it down real quick on what you felt, from the off season to this point, like how you feeling on things.
My feelings kind of in the middle. I'm not too sure, but I think this coaching staff, led by Campbell, Deuce Staley, Aaron Glenn, I think they're going to put things together. And, I'm really looking forward mostly to number 16, Jared Goff. I'm interested to see if he can manage the team and get us some wins and possibly playoff. We haven't won a playoff game in a very long time. So I'd like to see if he can bring what he had over there in LA over here to Detroit and possibly take us to a Super Bowl. And I think the team that we have right now, this is where I kind of think that we have the right mixture. A lot of the players that we brought in over the offseason are players that teams didn't want or where they didn't play their best. Brashad Perriman, for example, he was drafted really high with Baltimore. His dad played with us. He was great with Detroit. He had high expectations coming out of college. And he even said when he came over that he was somebody's commenting there. But
yeah, looks like somebody watching in. Thank you guys for joining in. I think we have a hell of a run game, and I definitely agree. Not to cut you off, Logan, but just to answer that comment real quick. Yeah, with DeAndre Swift, who I believe is just going to tear it up this season, and then you got Williams as well. But that's going to be a 1-2 punch. I think is going to be killer.
Yeah, and not to mention the offensive line. There's been a lot of buzz around the offensive line, led by Frank Ragnow, that just became, I believe, the highest paid offensive line in the league. And he's going to prove it. And then they picked up Penny Sewell in the draft. Hank Fraley is the new offensive line coach. He did very well in his career. So I'd love to see where it goes. He thinks that he's got a special unit there. Hank Fraley does, the offensive line coach. So I'm very excited to see what DeAndre Swift can do behind 5 big boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that just goes to your comments of with Jared Goff back there. If that running game and that offensive line is stout, Jared Goff is going to be able to play football, and not have to worry about being sacked all the time, take hits. He'll have a running game to back him up. This could be a whole different Lions team that we didn't see when Stafford was playing because we didn't have that offensive line strength. And I think that strength of the offensive line is going to be key.
Yeah, and I think the leadership of Dan Campbell has already shown, like, examples. Tracy Walker, he made a bet with him apparently in a practice. You guys have probably all heard of it. But he ended up making a bet, Tracy Walker did, that he was going to pick off Jared Goff on the next play. Well, it didn't happen. So what Campbell did was find him. It was like $75 or something, he said. And then he ended up paying it. And he told Tracy Walker, now he owes him 2. So I think that kind of atmosphere you bring into a team, I think it can really change things. And there's a lot of people saying that here to come, the Lions coaching roster is going to be kind of like a blueprint for other teams to come in the future. So I'd like to see that.
Yeah, and Facebook, we got one of our viewers here said that Lynn's offense is going to be run game first, which I agree with that comment as well. Hey, remember, guys, if you are coming in, you're watching, you're commenting, it does ask you if you want to. You're more than welcome to put your name in. That way we can address you by your name if you would like. That is an option as well when you put a comment in. I believe once you come in, you can do that. I think the whole thing from the very beginning, when they got Spielman and Sanders and the Lions organization did everything that they did in the offseason, I think they finally built the backbone up top for what's needed to put a team in place. I think that's what they did this offseason. And we're seeing that now by the draft and by the team that the Lions have put together. I think this team, I don't think we should be sleeping on the Lions this year. I don't know how good they're going to do, but we say this all the time. We say this every year, but this is a whole different look of a team. I mean, and the head coach, Dan Campbell, I love him. I love his attitude, the way he gets involved with the team in practice. He's not just standing there with his arms crossed with a pencil in his hat. He's being involved and doing the workouts with the guys. And the attitude of the players is just that much better. And I think that's going to reflect on the field big time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Lynn's offense, yes, it is run first, but he loves the number one position on offense he loves is his tight ends. He did very well with Antonio Gates, Hunter Henry, and now he's going to bring that over with TJ Hawkinson. And I think it's going to be pretty good and pretty beneficial for the offense. Just to have the young players and have that run game, like I said, with the offensive line, is going to take a lot of pressure off Goff and allow him to make open passes downfield instead of trying to thread the needle.
And it's going to give him more time to find that receiver. We struggled before. Stafford was getting hit a lot, so he had to rush things and rush throws. And Goff's not going to have – if this line is as good as everybody's saying it is, Goff's not going to have that much trouble like Stafford did, so he's going to have more time to look at different options and find receivers that are open and not have to make crazy throws. And, don't get me wrong, I love Matthew Stafford, and I wish him all the best with the Rams organization. I think he's going to do very well. We'll have to see. But Jared Goff's our guy now, and, what's done in the past is done in the past. And, I'm ready for Goff. I'm ready for – I was a little iffy with Jared Goff at first. I was like, why Goff? Yeah, there's his jersey right there. I was like, why Goff? And then now I'm like, I've seen some practice footage after everything I've seen. I'm all for it. Let's see how it goes,
Yeah, I'm supporting Goff 100%, but I still hope that Stafford has a good rest of his career.
quick shout out to my brother Adam. What's
How's
up,
it going,
Adam? Thanks for
Adam?
joining in.
Thanks for joining, man.
Now, anything else that you want to add as far as just a brief catch up as far as the off season goes? Anything that you noticed that you want to throw in here?
I just want to speak out about Calvin Johnson. I loved his speech at the Hall of Fame ceremony. He
Yep.
threw his respect to the Detroit fans that showed up every Sunday. And I just want to say thank you for that shout out, man.
Yeah, and there was actually a lot of controversy over that speech. A lot of people saying that Calvin should have called out Matthew Stafford and thanked him, individually. I didn't agree with that. I think he did a good job of just doing it with the whole team. He had them all stand up and said thank you. So I don't think I don't think he did any wrong there. I think he was very professional, and I loved his speech as well.
Yeah, then the only other thing that I have other than that is DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. Apparently, they got some really good chemistry there, and that could end up being pretty great for us. How many wins do you think the Lions will get this season? Adam Souls asked.
What do you think?
Oh, that's tough.
It's on the spot.
I'd like to see more than last year for sure. With a new team, new coach, new offenses, new quarterback, new everything, I'm going to shoot for 10 wins with a 17-game schedule now this year because they added a game. So I'd like to see 10 wins, or at least
I would
500.
I would agree with that as well. I would love to see more, but you don't know until we see this team on the field and what they can do. But if I had to say right now, I'm going playoffs, baby. We're going playoffs this year. We are going playoffs this year. I don't care what anybody says. That's what's going to happen. And I'm marking my words right now. First episode.
I know I say this a lot, but I do have a feeling about Coach Campbell. I honestly 100% believe him and believe he wants to bring a winning atmosphere to Detroit. I mean, who else would just call the Lions as soon as the head coaching job opened, call and ask for an interview? He was the first one. He called immediately asking for an interview.
Yeah, and
he
who
wants
else?
This job. He wants to be here. He wants to be the coach to turn this organization around. And I think he's got the right mentality and attitude, and the players love it. Jamie Collins was quoted saying that he loves the game of football again. It's fun. It's fun again for him to play football.
Well, it's a total 360 from what Patricia was to what Campbell is. And,
yeah.
I love that the other day, a lot of you probably know this already, but Campbell at practice, addressed the fans and did this awesome speech to the fans that I thought was amazing. You would have never seen Patricia do that in a million years.
No.
And the players see that stuff, and that reflects on them. His actions reflect on them. So when you have a coach like you said, Logan, that has all those attributes, it's going to reflect the attitudes of a team that wants to win and wants to play.
And the other thing that I wanted to bring up, let's go Detroit Lions. Yeah, let's go Lions.
Let's go, baby. One pride.
One pride.
Yeah, thank you all again, everybody that is tuning in right now. You can go ahead and drop a comment. We will address that for you. And, please remember, too, real quick, we are available on YouTube and now on Facebook as well. We have a Facebook page. You can go ahead and join the Facebook page. And also make sure you going over to YouTube, click that like button, subscribe, and then share with all your Lions friends. Let them know that we're out there and we are ready to go all season. It's going to be great.
Yeah. And then the only other thing that I got recently was Zane Gonzalez was signed. Believe he was a former Cardinals kicker, and he played for the Browns. Career percentage 78%. Not as good as Prater. It looks like they're struggling to find a kicker. They just dropped one and picked him up. So hopefully we get that figured out before the beginning of the season. That's my worry is the special teams because you're going to have to win in all three phases of the game to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one of our live viewers, real quick, said Detroit Lions will win the NFC North this year. #1 pride. What do you think, Logan? Are they going to take the North this year?
It's going to be tough, and it's kind of set up for them to take it if they want it. It's going to be the last game of the year, Green Bay. So I'd love to see them win the North.
Yeah, we need it. I'll tell you what, we need that. We need that. Put the Packers, the Bears, the Vikings, put them all in their place, and let's have the Lions be sitting on top. So, yeah, thank you for joining in. Love the comment. Absolutely. I agree with you. I think we could take it. I mean, it's possible.
I think it's going to come down to Green Bay. I think it's going to come down to.
And there's been a lot of trauma and stuff in Green Bay. So, you know, you never know where Aaron Rodgers has had that besides some of these, you know. But
he's trying to throw on a show. He's picking his next team where he wants to go. That was in part of the stipulation of him coming back and renegotiating his contract. He gets to pick the place he goes.
That sounds like to me it's a little bit of a drama queen, if you ask me.
He's going to put up a ton of stats and try to find the best team.
Adam Souls this season. Who's the toughest challenge this season? What do you think, Statman? Kind of early to tell so far, but
I'd say Green Bay on paper.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Green Bay, it's always a tough one with Green Bay in the division.
They arguably have the best receiving core in the league.
Yeah, but I don't think much of Randall Cobb, to be honest with you. What's he going to do? I don't think much. So,
but him and Aaron Rodgers have always played well together. Cobb may not have played well on other teams, but when he's been with Rodgers at the helm, Rodgers finds him. And he scores points. He's just one of them short, little shifty receivers you just can't find on the field sometimes. He gets lost in the defense.
Another one of our live viewers here, Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers suck.
Yes, I agree with that. They all suck.
I'm not sure, Adam. He just commented, do the Lions play the Chiefs at all? I'm not 100% sure if they do. I am getting some feedback. I just want to let you know, Logan, I am getting some messages that there are some people not able to throw in a comment. So I'll have to take a look and see why that is happening.
I wonder why.
You know, we talked about Calvin Johnson. Let's talk about some of the buzz around training camp right now. There was a receiver, Logan, that you had mentioned to me yesterday. He happens to be on the headlines right now. And that's Khalif Raymond. What are your thoughts on him? He's been mentioned in training camp as of today. Seems to be putting up a really good fight to make the roster and possibly even a return spot. What are your thoughts?
Well, he's a return specialist, mostly special teams, but he contributes. And I've seen him at receiver too, line up in the slot, and he's been productive when he's on the field. So I believe him adding in as we lost Agnew over this past offseason. I think it's a good pickup for us if we can sign him.
Yeah, me too. You're gonna have to give me 1 second, Logan. I can't see you at the moment because I'm trying to fix the issue so we can get some of these people in here to comment.
Is it filtering it?
What's happening is you have to be a member of the group, the Facebook page, in order to comment.
So you're turning that off?
No, I just accepted everybody. So yeah, make sure you join the We Are Lions Nation Facebook page. If it's telling you can't comment, just go ahead and join the page. If I get that, I usually always approve them right away. So hopefully, my buddy Mike and a good friend of mine, Dan, are trying to get in here on this broadcast and throw some comments in. So can't wait to see that, see what they have to say. Yeah, I don't know. I did not know much about Raymond until you had mentioned him before. Like I said, though, I had some dealing with some personal stuff, so I was not on top of my game when it comes to keeping track of everything like I normally do. So, but we are back in the driver's seat now.
A lot of buzz has been rolling around St. Brown, as everybody knows, and they said he should have actually been a higher draft pick than what he was. A lot of people projected him higher than when we took him there, and he's showing up. He's making plays in training camp, and he's bringing a lot of buzz. So who knows? He might fit in that Golden Tate role because he's kind of that smaller receiver, but he's kind of stockier built. So we'll see if he can do something for us.
Yeah, for sure. And looking at Golden Tate even shouted out to St. Brown about how he's been playing. So definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do. I said from the start that I think there's something special about St. Brown. I've said it few times now. So, ever since I've seen him, like, this could be the key right there. And we'll just have to wait and see how that comes out. But I really do think he's going to be something. We got another live viewer here. Coaching staff out there in Detroit is going to do the dirty work. They built your trenches, solid foundation.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. That offensive line, they built it up, and there's a lot of buzz around it. So if they can protect and open up some holes for DeAndre Swift, it's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about what has the struggles for the Lions been, the offensive line, I mean, besides the defense, if you don't have an offensive line, you can't throw the ball, you can't run the ball. Now we have an offensive line, we can do both. So I think that's going to open up the offense big time.
Yeah, definitely. Good offensive
line. We got another question coming in from one of our live viewers. Your thoughts on Jared Goff. Logan, we'll start with you.
His stats, if you want to get down to stats, his stats compare very closely to Matt Stafford. He's 26 years old. He's already made a Super Bowl, and he's won some playoff games, some really tough playoff games, managed games well. He had a few injuries the last couple of years that have kind of sidelined him, and he was kind of unhappy with the organization over there. But honestly, I think he is a great quarterback. He will be a great quarterback. I mean, not many quarterbacks out there make it to the Super Bowl before the age of 26.
Yeah, and I will go on one note here for Jared Goff. Like I said earlier, I initially did not like getting Goff. I wasn't happy about it, but I've been watching him in training camp videos and watching the way he's out there in the field, and he's lighting it up, especially with T.J. Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift throwing the ball to Swift. Cephas is another one. I mean, he's been making great passes. And I haven't seen much mistakes out of him as far as training camp goes. So I like it now. I like Jared Goff back there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Yeah. And our receiving core is kind of a misfit crew, too. Think about Tyrell Williams, kind of bounced around to a couple teams. Quintez Cephas is a, draft pick of ours from last year. We got St. Brown. What's that?
We got Pearman as well.
Yeah, and then we got Brashad Perriman, which is dad. Everybody knows him. Hall of Famer, for sure. He
What
wanted
I
to.
what I see is a bunch of different individual receivers that could possibly be able to make plays, not just one guy, but multiple guys that would. So we're able to spread the ball out more.
Yeah, and then we got Khalif Raymond too. We were just talking about if they can sign him. He's great in that slot position.
Another one of our live viewers coming in. Only problem is every team in the division can put up 40+ points a game. What's your thoughts, Logan?
Well, our defense is going to have to step it up. And Aaron Glenn, I'm hoping that he turns our defensive back struggles around. He did it with New Orleans, turned the dead last pass or secondary defense in the league and turn them around to top 5. So I'm hoping he can do the same thing with the Lions with young Akuda, Mike Ford, a couple of those other guys, Tracy Walker, and he can put the team together and we can put some pressure on defenses for once with this 3-4 defense. I think we can do that. You can throw a lot of different things at offenses and make quarterbacks struggle. And we are in a pass-heavy division. Now they got Justin Fields in Chicago. It looks like maybe Andy Dalton might start, but I'm sure Justin Fields is going to take over that spot real quick. Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins. I mean, we got some really tough quarterbacks to play against and some tough offenses. So I'm hoping that Aaron Glenn can do his job and get this defense turned around. That's what I'm most looking forward to seeing is how our defense performs.
Yeah, can we stop those big plays of those opposing teams, and can we actually lead a game and keep that lead? We've all seen it. A lot of times you're looking at, even if a team scores 40 points, the Lions can put up points sometimes, but it's not consistent enough. And we have to be able to stop them, the other teams, and maybe hold leads, and that would be a great thing to see. I know Dan Campbell was super high on Jeff Okudah, so maybe just that coaching change is what Okudah needed to get where he needed to be, and we may see a whole nother player out of him this year.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's getting more confidence. I should say that. Confidence is good, but just don't get cocky. You'll get burned on the field. We got some tough receivers in this division too. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. You go down the list. I mean, we have some tough receivers. Allen Robinson for Chicago. So hopefully he can play because he's going to have some good matchups.
Logan, I will let you take this one. Read it.
Yeah and no. I honestly think he's going to have a lot of pressure on him this year. So I have a feeling he's going to be throwing the ball downfield. Lynn likes throwing the ball downfield. He also likes running, but he's going to take those chances downfield, deep with Cephas, St. Brown. But I do think he's going to be more game manager like in the tougher games. I believe that's kind of what we need, and we need the defense to step up. And we need a solid run game. So I think that's. So I kind of agree with you and kind of disagree in a way.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just gonna go with what you said, Logan. I get it what he's saying, but or she, but I also think that it's gonna be spread out, and you're gonna see the deep bombs out there. Well, let's go ahead and jump into any injuries. Now, we don't have the full show tonight, everyone. Once the regular season starts, we're going to bring a lot of different elements in. They just don't fit in right now just because it's just a preseason. Let's go ahead and jump into the injury report for the upcoming preseason game against the Bills this Friday. What do you got, Logan, for the Bills? How are they looking?
So Stephon Diggs left. Looked like Monday. He left practice with a knee, so that's a pretty significant injury to a really good player on their team. So that could affect it. And then also Matt Milano had a mouth injury and left practice Monday. Other than that, is Zach Moss is questionable for the game. Not sure if he's going to play. And also we have August 10th, Markel Lee placed on COVID-19 list. So I've been also seeing that a lot as well around the NFL, these COVID hits. So hopefully it doesn't affect the Lions as much. But we'll see. What's your injury
I know that
report
there's
for the
been
Lions?
I checked out the injury report for the Lions today. There wasn't anything listed as far as specific on the injury report for the game coming up, but there has been a few things going on in training camp. We had offensive lineman Evan Brown. He just got activated off the non-football injury list. He was placed on there last week, and he hasn't participated in training camp at all. But he is now activated and should be ready to go for practice. Julian Aquara, he got a bit bruised up, had a little bit of a contusion on his rib, but Dan Campbell said that should be quickly healed and he should be just fine. And he expects him to be practicing by Friday. So that's good news.
Yeah, definitely good news, especially seeing he was our only defender giving the rookie Panay Sewell some trouble in training camp. I heard some news about that. Julian Aquara was the only one giving him trouble. And that's something to say that this guy's a freak of nature. His older brother was talking about it, Romeo. He was also our sack leader, Romeo Aquara, last year. And Julian's going to be just as good or better than Romeo. So having them two both out there on the field is very crucial for our defense.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Real quick, I just want to throw in there just a quick shout out. Make sure you guys are follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We Are Lions Nation podcast. And then also make sure you join the We Are Lions Nation Facebook page. And please remember to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. We appreciate all your viewership today. Next up, we have Deshaun Hand. He just recently told reporters that he was really excited about, getting out there and how the locker room is functioning. After he but it looks like what happened was Deshaun Hand actually had to go to the locker room because of a lower body injury. The injury was not disclosed, but he did have to go. This was today. He did have to go to the locker room today because of lower body injury. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out. I know Hand's been wanting to get in there. I think I've seen spurts from Deshaun Hand that can show that he's a really good player. But hopefully it's not anything too serious. And the last note from today, TJ Hawkinson hit the ground awkwardly today in practice on top of cornerback Jeff Okudah. So that made TJ Hawkinson have to leave the field. He did leave practice early, but he did walk off on his own and doesn't seem to appear to be significantly injured, but it did take a pretty good thump there towards the end of practice.
Yeah, that's scary. Both Deshaun Hand and Hawkinson getting hurt. Hopefully it's not anything serious. Hopefully they're just having him sit out the rest of practice for precautionary reasons and not because he's actually really hurt. And Deshaun
he did not participate in any drills or anything after that happened. Hawkinson was completely done with practice.
Yeah, and Deshaun Hand, we have yet to see him run a full season yet. So it's kind of disappointing seeing him get hurt early in training camp. And hopefully he can get healthy for regular season and we can have him all year because he's going to be dangerous on the field. He's going to be crucial for our defensive success.
Oh, yeah. All right. Normally, I want to touch on a couple things here. Logan, you can help me explain this if you'd like. So normally the show, we do have a Face of Stats portion where the Statman throws the stats for the game. That will be coming once the season starts. We'll be bringing that back. We also have a new segment coming on the show. It's the Statman's Fantasy Picks. He's going to tell you who to start and who to sit for the Detroit Lions coming up for the games for the fantasy. And we're going to do our in the zone player. We have two keys, the keys of victory. One for the offense, one for the defense. And then we'll do one of our favorite segments, the Who You Got segment, where we go ahead and we pick winners of every game for that week for the NFL. And we keep track through the whole year. And then at the end of the season, we have a winner. Last season, by default, it was me. And that's what we're going to go with.
That ain't going to happen this year.
Not only am I going to win the We Are Lions Nation Who You Got segment, I'm also going to win fantasy this year as well. I will be champion as well. So just throwing that out there to all you guys that are in the league. You know who you are.
And I just want to let you know, too, he's a newcomer to my fantasy football league. Mine, my brothers, and a good friend of mine. We started this league, a couple good friends of mine. And he just joined this year, and he's already talking crap. So that's not good for guys that come into our league because they usually do bad. So I just want to let you know that.
I'm not talking crap. I'm just stating facts. So, yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff coming out, especially once the regular season starts. But we are going to go ahead and pick an in-the-zone player for the preseason game.
Yes.
I'm going to go with St. Brown. I think he's definitely going to be one to watch. We're probably going to see him play quite a bit. I think they said that the starters were only going to play in the first quarter, but I feel like maybe we'll see some of these rookies get a little more time than that, and it'll be interesting to see how he does. So I'm looking forward to watching St. Brown and see how he does this Friday.
So if he plays, I got Julian Aquara. He's been giving Sewell some trouble in training camp. I want to see him just come out and be explosive, get in there and pressure Josh Allen. Also, if he doesn't play, I'm going to go with Jeff Okudah. I want to see if he can shut down his matchup there with the Bills. I got 20 on Andrew coming in 7th in fantasy. Oh, somebody's laying a bet on you being 7th place.
7th place. Wow.
I'd like to know who that is.
I want to know who it is, too. We know it's got to be somebody in the league. It's got to be.
$20 on you coming in 7th.
7th. Awesome. I'll take it.
That's a random number.
Yeah, it is. Pretty random. And who did you say, Logan? I was reading the comment there. I didn't catch who your in-the-zone player was going to be.
Julian Aquara, and if he doesn't play, I'm looking forward to seeing Jeff Okudah. See if he can shut down Bills receivers.
Quick shout out for my brother. It says, "Go Andy, hell yeah!" All right, thank you, Adam, for throwing that in there. Love the support for my brother, twin brother, actually. Oh man, it's so great to be back, everybody. So Logan, just to end it here tonight, like I said, a little bit shorter show because it's just a preseason, but boy, it felt good to be back, and we will have Mikey B joining us. Hopefully for the next episode, he'll be ready to go. Again, thank you all for that did come in, that commented, that watched. We appreciate that.
Yes, we do. We both do. Mike does too. He would tell you the same thing if he was on the show tonight. Like Andy said, unfortunately he couldn't make it, but he'll be on here from here on out, hopefully, and we'll give you guys a show and give you guys some entertainment to watch. And you're also going to be able to hear me singing the fight song at the beginning of every show. I'm going to start doing that. But I'll leave you off tonight with that at the end of this one.
Well, to round it up and to end it for the last segment, who you got for the game, Logan?
Lions 24, Bills 14.
All right, I like it. I actually, I'm going to go with that. I love the 24-14 score. That's where I was at on it too. So 24-14 Lions victory over the Bills preseason. Make sure you check it out. And Logan, take it away, my man.
Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield, and win the blue and silver wave. Stand and cheer the brave, rah, 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 go hard, win the game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions!
That's right. Go Lions, baby. That
Go
was
Lions, one pride.
One Pride. That was We Are Lions Nation podcast live. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be back next week, or right at for the post game or post game show. We will be back for that, and we hope you guys all catch us at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be live. Thank you for everybody that participated. Remember to like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Join the Facebook group page. Give us a shout out. Anytime we're live, throw your questions in the comments. We love hearing from you guys. And hey, let us know on the group page for Facebook. If you want to be a guest on the show and talk Lions football with us, just let us know. We can make it happen. That's what we are all about. We want to get you guys on here.
Yeah, this show is all about the fans. So if you are a crazy Lions fan like I am, I've been a lifer, so I'll always be here as part of Lions Nation. So if you want to get on the show, just let us know, comment, or you can direct message me or Andy, and we'll make it happen. So I believe we're going to have, I think, 32 shows this year with the games. A show before and after.
One pregame, and one postgame.
Oh, 17 games, so it'd be 34. So roughly about 34 episodes. So we can get quite a few people on the show. So love to have you.
We got one of the live viewers
back on the show, guys.
Somebody that's been on the show before. I'm thinking maybe it's Big Ben.
Or Jacob, my cousin.
Jacob as well. Yep, could be Jacob. So, yeah, if you want to be on the show, make sure you join the page. Send us a comment. Send us a message on the Facebook page so we can keep track of them. And we will get as many fans on the show as we possibly can. Can't guarantee it's going to be every episode, but we love having everybody on here. And, Logan, it is confirmed.
It is Jacob. All right, Jacob, we'll get you on here.
Yeah, we will for sure. Again,
appreciate you watching.
For Mikey B, hell yeah, and then my brother as well popping in to say hello. Thank you, brother Adam, for jumping in here and watching. I know you're not a big football fan, but just your support that means a lot to both myself and Logan and Mike. For Mikey B, the Statman Logan Erickson, I am the Soul Man, and this has been We Are Lions Nation podcast live. One Pride, baby. Good night, everybody.
Go Lions.